I now won't have a job. He's my superintendent. That was awesome, Mr. Dennings. Thank you. I'd like to take this time to thank Colonel Rutherford, Major Watson of CFB Gagetown for all the support they have given Oronto High School, particularly with graduation, state grad, prom, and dropping relay. A special thanks to the OHS staff and students for their tireless work in decorating and preparing for the events that make graduation a pool of memories that will last a lifetime. The people, the hundreds of people who do all the work to make these events possible and wonderful are way too numerous to mention. But tonight, we reap the fruits of their labor, and we appreciate them for it. They make me look good, and I'll tell you, that is a hard feat. Okay, somebody, yeah, good. Thanks for laughing. Anyway, that was good. So thank those people, ladies and gentlemen, because they made it here tonight for us. I'd like to thank as well Scott's Nursery for the greenery that is here this evening. And by the way, everything is on sale at Scott's, so if you see something you like, please don't be afraid to go there and buy some. Mr. Marty Forsyth, who takes numerous photographs of the prom and graduation events. In the 14 years that I have known Marty, he has never said no to OHS. We love you dearly, Marty. You give lots, you ask for nothing in return, and you're always on the side of the students. Thank you. Thanks to you, parents. You are our family of friends. From Gary, Waterville, French Lake, Haneytown, from Burton, Sheffield, Majorville, Upper Gagetown, Queenstown, Swan Creek, Cambridge Narrows, Mill Cove, Tracy, Tracyville, Hoyt, Fredericton Junction, Central Blissville, World, Clarendon, South Ormocto Lake, Sandy Brook, Gillen, Coytown, New Maryland, Nasonworth, Charter Settlement, Lincoln, Richard-Gornish, and Wasis, and the town of Ormocto. We are all a member of a huge team called the Blues. Thank you for lending us your children for this time. We have learned from them. Graduates, thank you for making my first year as your principal a wonderful year. Thank you. I would now like to ask Grad Class President and all-around wonderful person, Edward Moore, to deliver welcome to the graduates.
Hopefully he doesn't pass out.
Should all have one.
Good evening, Principal Shirley, honored guests, friends, family, and fellow graduates. As Grad Class President, aka Mr. OHS, I want to welcome you to tonight's ceremony. So many little moments have gone into preparing this great night. A night that will bring laughs and tears, all for the right reasons. This good-looking group of high school students are high school students no more. Underneath these robes, I hope are some clothes, but I know are some pretty remarkable young people. And it is my honor as the Grad Class President to tell you about them and the year that we have had. I want to begin with what I believe is the most important message for each of us this evening, and that is saying thank you. Thank you to the many people who dedicated their efforts and time to prom, safe grad, and the graduation ceremony. Special thanks goes to Mr. Mooney and Ms. Fawcett, our grad class advisors, Ms. Collette for the decorations, and to Mrs. Lindsay for overseeing the whole graduation ceremony. Together, this wonderful group and countless others make sure we all have gowns that fit, smiles that come naturally, and an evening that will be one to remember. Our graduating class has a few extra members, as Judy McPhail, Frances McDonald, Ruth Lindsay, and Cynthia Grandy all retired from teaching this year. We wish you all many years of health and happiness, and we welcome you as honorary members of the class of 2012. When I think of my time in high school, it just comes to me in snapshots. Graduates, think about grade 9. We really thought we were something. We quickly realized that we definitely were something, just not the something we pictured. Deep down, we were very scared. Throughout our childhood, we were bombarded with the ridiculous ideas of what high school would be like. Personally, I thought I would get thrown in trash cans, have my lunch money stolen, receive terribly painful wedgies, and be a victim of the infamous swirly. Looking back now, I realize that all these misconceptions about high school are the reasons we traveled in our past. Eventually, grade 10 came, and we realized that everything we ever thought about high school was not true. We began to split up from our past and discover who we really are. I wasn't very involved in the school back then. In fact, I wasn't very open to trying new things at all. I was still a bit lost and didn't know where I fit in. Then grade 11 came around. Everything began to change. I think grade 11 was a defining year for most of us up here. It was a year for change. I started to find activities that I was passionate about, and I became more involved in the school. When grad class elections came around, I knew I wanted to run, and I decided to run for president to challenge myself and step outside of my comfort zone. We have all been challenged in one way or another, and we have all stepped out of our comfort zones. We have responded to our challenges. Those who sit before you tonight, dressed in blue and gold, and are the ones who responded well. We met the challenges, we evolved, we achieved. As seniors, the grad class executive wanted to make sure that everyone had the opportunity to enjoy their grad year. We had lots of ideas that translated into a whole lot of fun. We started off with a trip to Trigo. No one was injured, so it was a good start. I can't say the same about games night. One guy even got stitches in his chin. I guess we're more competitive than we thought. Games night is where we got to go back to the good old days of dodgeball and fishes and whales. We showcased our gambling skills, or lack of gambling skills, at casino night. And then we had a night of laughter at Miss OHS. The ladies really stole our hearts, and in the end, Cassie Ritchie was crowned Queen of the Night. This, of course, it was before her black eye. Miss OHS was equally entertaining, although I'm still scarred from the short jean shorts and the ode to flash dance where Austin Como threw a bucket of water on my passion. The night was certainly memorable. I was honored to be chosen Miss OHS. Clearly I won over the judges with my muscular physique. The highlight of the year was the grad banquet. There were a mixture of emotions that night. We had the pleasure of imitating our very own teachers and then watched them do their best impressions of us. It started to sink in that we were approaching the end of high school. The next day at school was surreal, as most of the kids came to terms with the fact that for all of his trials and tribulations, they were going to miss high school. One cannot think of this year and not mention the many successes we've had in sports. Through defeat and victory, our Blues gave it all they had. Sometimes we lost and sometimes we won, but we always have held our heads high. OHS has class. 2 provincial titles were added to our list of many. These were in the sports of wrestling and rugby. I want to congratulate our athletes as they represented the school well. It's awesome to win, no doubt about that, but it's better to compete with integrity, and that's what makes us winners. And now our grad year has come to an end, as all good things do. As I began this speech, I mentioned that my central message was to give thanks. I want to thank my parents for supporting me. I want to thank my best friend Tyler for all the laughs and good times. Thanks to my sister Christina, we have had our differences, and sometimes we wanted to strangle each other, but she has influenced my life greatly, as older siblings often do. A shout out to Madame Pelche for teaching me to appreciate the little things in life. And lastly, I'd like to thank my grandfather, who passed away this February, for being my role model as I was growing up. Thank you, Poppy, for teaching me to never give up on my passions, and most importantly, for teaching me that family is the most important thing. Whomever you look up to as a role model, whether it's a teacher, a family member, or a friend, they're proud of you today. In fact, we should be proud of ourselves, because today we have reached a milestone. We are high school graduates. We have worked hard, we have earned this moment, and we know that we have not done it alone. Graduates, I thank my loved ones. Remember to do the same. Say it out loud. It means more when you do. High school really has been a roller coaster ride. It's a cliche, but it's still true. We've been up and down and everywhere in between. Now we're stepping off the roller coaster. It's a strange feeling. Some of us may want to run back, or run and never look back. Some of us may be afraid and want to turn back and ride the roller coaster again. Go back to what we know, but we can't. We may not see it yet, but there are bigger, better things awaiting for us. Our lives are a journey, and high school is just a stop along the way. Where your journey goes from here is completely in your hands. I encourage you to take the experiences from high school and use them to face the challenges that lay ahead. Every generation worries about the kids to come and what the future holds, but every generation figures it out, and we will too. We all have the ability to conquer the challenges that we will face. We have family, we have friends, we have our own minds and ability to think. We have what we need. It is up to us to learn from the past to better the future. Good luck on your journey, fellow graduates of 2012. The world is waiting for us. Thank you.
I will now call upon two very special people to give a special